It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Weebeam TV. Hello, everybody out there in Weebeam Land.
How you doing?
Sounds better than.
Did you say hello, nurse? Is that what you said?
Yes, Animaniacs.
Yes, absolutely.
Hello, sailor. I'm so sorry. I just blew Rob's ears. I'm pretty sure.
So,
First, we should mention the contest we're doing.
yes, we should.
Happy Tuesday, everyone.
Anybody who can tell us what day it is
Nope.
knows what day it is. No, what? What's the contest?
Anybody
We
who
have
can
a
tell me what
contest?
day it is knows what day it is.
So,
proud of you.
Yes.
we have Chick-fil-A house here. We have Chick-fil-A food here.
Yes, we do.
Why is that?
Why? Because Chick-fil-A is actually sponsoring this episode.
Chick-fil-A in Palm Harbor.
That one in Palm Harbor.
Boom.
Yes,
That one
right
down
there. So if you like Nerd Talk and you want to make sure that we stay on the air, the best thing to do is to go down and have some freaking rocking Chick-fil-A food, because they have really, and okay, truth, we have to put this stuff out and wait for the cameras to go live, and it's been absolutely driving us crazy because it smells so good. It's incredible.
They
my God.
They gave me a sandwich.
So why is there a
Happy
contest, Mike?
Yes. So whenever someone says, what's the magic word?
I don't know.
Chicken, I guess.
We never came
First
up
person to put eat more chicken in the chat gets one of these cows.
Gets
If
cow.
you spell it right, you're banned.
Yes. You gotta spell it right.
Yes.
And
No, you gotta spell it.
you gotta spell it like it is on here.
If you spell it right, you're banned.
But you have to come
Get
pick
outta
up
here.
your cow.
Yeah, he can swing by the studio this week.
Yeah.
And we have a
So
few
there's two
cows.
conditions.
Wednesday.
One,
We have a couple.
well, could we
We have
send it by
3
Uber
cows.
Eats?
You're driving.
He was gonna say, all right, yeah, you want to sign up for Uber Eats area?
Oh.
Go for it. I'm okay with that. That sounds like a fun time.
Okay, for those out there who don't know, I'm a vegetarian, so I'm sitting here plugging Chick-fil-A. Yeah, because Chick-fil-A has stuff like, of course, the waffle fries, which are to die for, and then they also have mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese is to die for.
I had no idea they had
Their
mac and cheese.
is to live.
And so, yeah, this is like way cool right now, because I came in here starving, and look what's sitting in front of me is a bowl of mac and cheese.
I just realized the cow's adorable. He looks at you and everything.
He did.
Please
Well,
save my life, sir.
yeah, eat more chicken. Which, you know,
This
truth,
sounds like a cult.
I actually have 17 pet chickens, so yeah, you go right
Let's
ahead.
kill the chickens.
As long
for
as they're
dinner.
not my chickens, we're good.
Is one of their named cow?
No,
Is it breakfast, lunch,
No.
and dinner?
Pig.
no. They're actually, most of them are named after characters from the Gideon the Ninth and Horror
Something
of the
boring.
Ninth book series. So that's where those come from. But I'm going to let you guys talk while I have some mac
Anthony,
and
do
cheese.
you know what I named
Go.
my cat?
Cat?
First
I can't say the word.
Its name is Sleek because the black cat, Anthony, she thinks she's stealthy, but actually it's dumbass. Not joking.
There we go.
It's a demon. It's a
Well, no, like the thing is, like there's a
my
picture
God.
that Mike has, and I think he posted it.
yeah.
We went to Universal, and there's this giant T-Rex. Anyone who's been to the Jurassic Park area knows. There's this big old T-Rex, and Mike goes, "Dylan, look, it's your cat." And I walk up like, "Hey, baby," and he's sitting here just like, "Yep, that's exactly what he's." Everyone, my cat hates everybody but me and my mother and my father.
Like this cat will be standing on that side table. I'll be over here for no reason. It'll run up to me to attack me.
Mike is my roommate, by the way.
I've lived there 3-4 years now, and the cat still won't let me pet him.
She's standing
I'm
on the
with the
top
cat.
of the stairs, like looking over this little wall we built to give him some privacy from going downstairs. And she's like, dude's 30 feet away. And she's like, I'm like, what are you hissing at? Like, I get down with her. I'm like, oh, it's Mike. Oh, no, that's totally okay. Keep going. It's like,
It's an
I love
evil
my cat.
freaking cat.
My cat is the absolute best. She's an absolute sweetheart.
Yeah, I still
to me.
try to pet her anytime I get a chance. And I've got to pet her a few times. Every time she comes up, she's like, I want cuddles. And she'll let me pet her. Then she was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to bite you.
Yeah, that's just her way of showing love. It's great when she bites hard enough, you can lift her up and kind of go, woo, and she swings back and
Apparently
forth.
she has no front claws, so. That
Yeah, her
helps.
previous owner did that, not us.
Yeah.
Silly owner. Well, okay. There are times. But that's not what the show's about today. The show's about
It's
nerding.
all about eating
It is about
Chick-fil-A
nerding.
food
It
and
is
not
about
being a
eating.
vegetarian.
And, we've got sweet tea. Oh, my God.
I have
I'm in so much
unsweet
trouble.
tea. Yeah.
Well, I was reading the chat
There
from
you
the
go.
wrong end. Hot damn.
Yeah, the other way around.
I'm sitting here like, I didn't mention anything about She-Hulk. I don't know what y'all are talking about. And I'm like, oh.
That's from Comic Book 101.
Yep.
Speak of Comic Book 101, we
Yeah.
are live every Thursday at 7
me
p.m.
go.
Yep.
And this week's episode,
Starting last week.
This week, we are talking about Batman, the Shadow.
Batman the Shadow?
Well, Batman
No,
is the Shadow
It's the Shadow.
because Batman ripped off Shadow.
You can do episodes
Yes.
about that.
Yes,
the
we will.
rip-off.
Yeah, we will.
Oh, that
We'll
would be
mention
great.
it this
Well,
week.
Another
don't
one.
forget that, Superman is just a rip-up of John Carter.
Who likes Superman anyway?
It is John
likes
Carter
John
Goes
Carter?
to Earth.
No one likes Superman. It's fine.
That's fine. Well,
I know one
except
person.
really good people.
No. Well, no, I know two people.
No one likes.
When the Superman theme is your ringtone and you have Superman suspenders and it's Superman all over your bathroom, yeah, you're a Superman fan. Yeah, John, we're not calling you out or anything, okay?
No one
so-
likes Superman. It just doesn't happen.
But you know what we do like? There's something me and Anthony actually have in common, which is weird. We don't normally have shit in common.
That is absolutely correct.
But
this
we
is
like a
this was
certain
actually a
TV show.
surprise that he put this in there. I'm like,
I beat him to
why
this.
did he put this in here? Because this is something I would totally fanboy on.
So I'll let you talk about it first.
I will.
I think it's
will
great.
bring it
I'm
up.
happy.
I love the way it happened.
I'm
Excuse
just
me,
going to
that
sit
it,
here.
it really created a real problem between, let's use their stage names, Sam and Dean.
I'll just go ahead and eat my sponsored Chick-fil-A sandwich from Chick-fil-A Palm Harbor. Thank you very much.
Yes, Chick-fil-A Palm Harbor. Thank you.
Jensen Ackles
Yep.
is behind this, and there was drama last year when he announced that they were doing this because the other one kind of got
Yeah.
Jared kind of
He hadn't told
Wait, you're
Jared.
doing this without me, and he's like, oh, I haven't had a chance to tell you yet.
But it was legit. He didn't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Okay, except for the chain of command to try and get it produced because he didn't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
And he had and somebody blurted it out before he had a chance to call.
But once he explained
Okay.
it, the other one's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm happy
that's cool.
about it.
Can I be
Awesome.
in? And so I was going to invite you in. I just hadn't gotten to do it yet because I didn't want to jinx it.
So we're getting a prequel
A
to Supernatural
prequel to
about
Supernatural.
the parents.
Yep.
So they're saying they haven't casted anybody
John and
yet,
Mary.
but we've already had the young cast of them. Why can't we use them?
We might be able to. Depends on what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's going to be based on availability.
So Jensen's
but-
going to produce it. He's directing some episodes
Yep.
as well, and he's actually going to narrate it too.
Yes, because it's like him doing research, backwards. That's
Yeah.
Dean is actually the frame story for this series, and there was so much there that was so confusing during the show because I think a lot of it was much like Star Trek, the original
Yeah.
Trek, where they didn't expect it to go three seasons. So they were kind of like making stuff up as
The
they
last,
went
what,
along.
15 seasons, I think.
And then it went 15 years. And so they ended up with all these episodes that contradict each other. Well, they had the same problem with classic Trek.
Yeah.
Was they're like, oh, but last week the Jeffries tubes were over here. Now they're over here. Well, there's Jeffries tubes in both places. Quick, change the diagrams. And so that's what. And then as the fans just dug into it, they really proved the fact that when it comes to science, you can make just about anything work if you work at it hard enough.
Yeah.
Which is why we now have transporters, warp speed, and I don't even want to get into flip phones because they're 20-year-old technology at this point.
Science rules.
But I'm happy because this is the first official spin-off that got greenlit because they tried doing Wayward Sisters. They tried doing the one with the vampire werewolf clans. The one episode they did of that,
Yep.
and that didn't pick up. So finally they get a spin-off. So I'm excited. I'm going to watch it.
And we know that it's going to be loyal.
Yeah.
Because look who's making it. Look who's show running it. So yeah.
We know we're going to get Supernatural back too because after the series ended, they both said, hey, we're not saying it's goodbye forever.
Nope.
We just need some time off.
Nope.
Then we'll come back.
But-
We'll see what we do.
plug here for friends. If you really, really feel like you need a supernatural like jolt of all of it all at once, go on in and watch the Hillywood Show.
Never seen
And
it.
oh my God, dude, you have got to see the Hillywood Show parody. Watch number 1 and then number 2.
Where's
And on YouTube.
that? Okay.
Just go look up Hillywood Supernatural. Part 1 and Part 2. Watch them in order because it is mind-boggling. They not only get so much of the cast, they get the car. Okay? It's really cool. It is awesome. And so just like they do with their Twilight, parodies.
Yeah.
If you ever are in a mood for a Twilight fix, and I know how many people get in the mood for that, but for the 6 of you out there viewing that do, you can go and hit it and boom, it's done. And you watch, like 3 8-minute parodies, and you're done.
Yep, no,
They
I'm
are
on the
so
6.
well made. I cannot say enough good stuff.
Definitely need checked out. So you mentioned
Yeah.
Twilight. I know it's not on the script, so I'm bunny trailing because it comes out next month, the new Batman movie.
Yes.
What do y'all think about that? I'm excited.
Yeah. And for those who aren't aware, the link between those two is Rob Pattinson.
Which he hates the Twilight movies,
No one hates the Twilight series more than Robert Pattinson.
which is
What
funny.
was your most hated role on the planet? It's definitely
The
Edward
one that
Cullen.
made me the
He's
most
like,
money.
That one, he's like, he's like, I hated that role. He's like, filming on set wasn't fun. My character was boring and unfun. Like, oh, but you get to run super fast. No, he gets to run super fast. I get to walk into frame.
Yeah.
And then they blur it, make me look like I'm fast. I'm just like, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But the Batman movie just looks so good. I think it's going to be better
3
than Christian
hours.
Bale.
3 hours, and I still think it's going to be too short.
Muscle car Batman. I'm in.
I mean, it is insane. I mean,
looks
this
so
vehicle,
good.
you know what I'm seeing here is like, this is a world, in a world, where a person like the Batman
Can it
would
says?
actually evolve and would exist.
And what's good, so people online were complaining, oh, we're not getting an origin story. We don't need it. We already have that.
Please?
This is year 2 Batman. So this is when he's not the best Batman, but he is still the world's greatest detective. We're going to get that side that we never had before.
I'm so psyched about this thing. I mean, visually, it is incredible film noir. I mean, they have taken DC's spin on let's make it dark, and they've gone, we're going to shoot this in candlelight. Okay, you want to see dark?
We're turning the lights off.
Yeah.
And Colin Farrell, you can't even recognize him as Penguin.
No.
That's the best part. You look at him like, he kind of looks familiar, but I don't know from where.
Yeah. Wait, is that Bullseye? No.
Yeah.
No, I know who that is. That's the guy from Harry Potter.
Hey,
So-
I'm excited.
listen.
Couple more weeks.
What?
Come here. Come here. I'm really glad we're not touching on the origin story. If I have to watch those pearls
Martha!
fall on the damn ground one more time, if I have to watch Uncle Ben get shot one more time and talk about, with great power comes great... Yeah, we get it. Covered that 6 movies ago. And in all 6 movies.
Exactly.
We're good. We got it.
Yep.
Done.
If you don't know this by now,
Like, even like Justice League, we had a flashback of his parents getting shot. Like, stop it. We get it. We all know. Parents got shot. Done. Done deal.
By the Joker,
We have nothing more that we have to do. God, stop reminding me. We got it.
we were way
We're
triggered
good.
by that, dude.
I'm so tired of seeing it.
We've seen the origin story how many times?
They're
and
like,
everything.
they're like, watch how many times I can recast his parents to piss you off. And I'm like, you know what's great is every time she gets shot, she's a different actress. I could make a stop film motion of her changing actresses as she hits the ground. I was like,
And then the pearls go.
boom. I was like, all these different size pearls from every single different movie. I don't know why
Yeah.
they play such a big in all of them. She's always got that freaking pearl necklace on. And it's just like, oh, it's very important that it breaks and shatters and falls to the ground.
I think Superman vs. Batman had the best origin of Batman because of the actors.
Yeah, you
Which
just
one?
you just
Which
like
one?
Superman vs. Batman
Ah.
because of the actor, what's his name? From Supernatural,
father,
the
in
father.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I was just about to say, you only like it for Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
exactly.
Granted.
And what's her name? Because she was from
Should-
Supernatural too.
should we get
Well, she
Flashpoint?
was also Walking Dead too.
Should we get Flashpoint?
I can't wait for the flashback.
Having Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Batman sounds nuts. Because we've already seen him as Morgan in Walking Dead. We already seen him take baseball bats to people's heads. It's not much different to watch him sit here and just mow down bad guys with a minigun, the Batcopter, just the Glock he keeps in his back pocket. It doesn't matter. It's going to be awesome to watch
Except
that
Batman
kind of
doesn't
Batman.
use a gun.
Bat Dad does, though, at Flashpoint.
Okay, missed that one. Thanks.
Flashpoint's fun. Oh, Flashpoint's awesome. We're getting the movie. they have leaked it. It just keeps getting delayed, and it's gonna get delayed. In
Sounds more like the Punisher than anything.
Well, that was the thing. Is Flash goes back in time, saves his mother from dying, and he's like, "Ha ha! I did it." Goes back to the present. Oh, I made an oopsie. Instead of Martha and Thomas Wayne getting shot, Bruce gets shot and dies. Martha goes crazy, becomes the Joker. Thomas Wayne becomes Batman and becomes a brutal Batman.
Yeah.
He is no longer.
Okay, where do I see this?
You have both the animated film, which is absolutely fantastic, and you also have the comics. It's like a.
And best place to go get the
what is the name
comics
of the
right
animated
around
film?
here, Yancey Street Comics.
It's called Flashpoint Theory.
Okay.
It is. It's a really good watch for anyone who I like the animation a lot just because sitting down and reading. I don't like reading. That's not true, actually. I read a lot more Japanese manga than I do anything, and I'm really enjoying The Witcher right now. But I've kind of moved away from buying comics. Man, I'm a little sick of buying comics for a little while because I'm sitting here like, man, I just spent a few bucks on that. It's 10 pages. Now I'll wait until next week. And I'm sitting here like, manga gives me half a damn book, and it's just like, all right, now we're on. Now we're.
By the time you're done, the next one's out.
Exactly. So my agreements with comics, but
trust me,
regardless,
I know that feeling.
The watch is a lot of fun, and the read is a lot of fun because we're bunting each other a little far here. But yeah, if you haven't watched Flashpoint, watch it, read it, and get ready for Ezra Miller's performance as the Flash as we go back and see Jeffrey Dean
Michael
Morgan.
Keaton.
Yeah, just
coming back
just
as
for the
Batman.
record, the last 13 minutes have all been a bunny trail.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm totally down with it.
Topic list right now.
I do.
By the
I'm
way,
very
topics
impressed
go
with it.
1
But
through
I just
4,
wanted everybody to
then
know this has
13.
been pure, just raw, extemporaneous content.
Raw
We are
content.
so proud.
What
of
I do
ourselves.
is bring out raw
So-
content.
Eat more chicken.
Yeah, there we go. We're
wants-
going to do that one again.
Pop it in the
Because
chat.
This stuff is freaking amazing. Yeah, you were right about the mac and cheese, by the way.
Not yet. Charles.
as-
Charles, do you want to eat more chicken?
But-
Actually, if Charles comments and gets us, I will bring it to you because I'm always over in that neighborhood anyway.
Wow.
I'll actually deliver
What a
it for
guy.
you.
Mike, you can sign it for him. Just kidding. Don't do that.
I used to live at his house.
Don't
I know where he
devalue the
lives.
cow. Please. I'm begging.
Now,
They might not
I'll
sponsor
autograph it.
I am going to pull us into the next topic because it's something that is important to me, even though Mike and I, of course, now disagree on this one.
I just never got into it.
And that's cool. I totally respect
Everybody can be wrong sometimes. And
that.
I'm wrong on this one.
There's nothing wrong about not getting into it. Okay, don't trash it because it created the modern just genre of TV shows, science fiction especially, and that was J. Michael Straczynski's Babylon 5. He wrote this, and he wrote all 5 seasons. It has a full arc. The whole thing was planned out. On season 2 or 3, they canceled it, and at that time, your little cable channels like the Sci-Fi Network were absolutely like just tiny little
Before they became
buds.
the C-Fi, whatever they are now.
Yeah,
Siffy.
much younger. And they said, okay, we'll pick it up because everybody was livid. The fans were just beside themselves because it was clearly mid-arc. And it's like, you don't understand. You can't cancel a series anymore. You have to see it through to the end.
Watch me.
And so they picked it up over at the baby Sci-Fi Network and ran with it. And they were the ones who, prior to this, if you go back to Sci-Fi in the early, late 80s, early 90s, or in anything before that, you'll see every series was episodic, where they were standalone. You can go watch classic Trek in any order. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you watch Next Gen, there's a little bit that matters because there's cast changes. But if there weren't cast changes, it wouldn't matter really what order you're watching them in. This one here, you must watch it in order. You must watch it in order to understand what is happening.
Because I like watching that whole story.
Watching a story build up
Yes.
is
Witcher.
is
like
some of the
watching
best
that.
parts of a show.
And
Because
this-
watching characters develop is
Yeah, and this was the first show to do it of any type, to really get into it and do it. And now what they're talking about doing is bringing it back, remaking it, because it deserves a lot more love than what it got back then, getting canceled, getting budget. Because, I mean, look, Sci-Fi just did not have the budget. And some of these things, some of these lines are just epic in their meaning. And so to give this series
So is
a
it
new
going to
life,
be a reboot, like redo it? So if someone's
Yes.
never watched it like me, I could watch it and understand it?
that is the hope, that it's going to be a reboot, okay? Because they left it, it's such a complete arc. I would hope it's a reboot and not a sequel. But even if it is a sequel, either way, I will say that this environment is just amazing. And I am really, really pumped about going back into that universe, because it was probably the most complex, well-developed universe. Go way beyond anything that we've seen before and after, quite frankly. That nothing in the Star Trek world touched what they built here. The whole mythos of, the fact this is Babylon 5. Well, what happened to Babylon 1 through 4? Excuse me. I mean, it's like, who knows? And you find out, oh my God, that's actually part of the storyline. Then you don't find out till like season 3 or 4 that it's part of the storyline. And so there's all these things that just keep coming up through, and it's so well developed. And so what's happening was this blogger guy with a Patreon account who keeps people very well informed on what's going on, had some really good conversations with the head of CW. And he said, and he happens to be a B5 fan. So he said, so what's going on? He goes, well, I've read the script, okay, the one we're probably going to, and it is absolutely mind-numbingly good. And so this is definitely going to get into the lineup. The bad news is they were hoping for 2022. It's now pushed off to 2023, but it is in the lineup, and hopefully they're going to use that time to make it even better.
Which, if it's going to be CW, they're going to need it, because we're losing a lot on CW. All the DC shows are pretty much going to be gone soon.
Yeah, so...
Flash did sign another season, which I was surprised with. But I don't see that lasting much longer. So we definitely need some new shows popping up, because...
I stopped watching Flash. I went season...
But CW
What's
is
it at,
also
like
for
season
sale right
7 or
now,
8
too.
now?
They're trying to sell the station off.
CW shows.
According to
lack.
this, it is sold.
Oh, it is sold now?
Yeah, it is sold. And I got Warner Brothers, are they buying it? Who the hell's buying it?
I don't know.
I don't know. But whoever it is, as soon as they let the dust settle, they're going to go ahead and move forward with it. But they've pretty much been given the green light on B5 regardless.
So speaking of CW, there is a show I do enjoy watching from time to time, Legends of Tomorrow, because
Okay.
it's been entertaining. One of my actors that I enjoy from Scrubs, the doctor, the surgical doctor.
Okay.
Just the fact that you said Scrubs and went, yeah, the doctor.
Yeah.
All right.
That really narrows it way
Which
down.
doctor?
You have narrowed it down to every cast but the patients.
Well,
Oh, and the janitor. Good, I know it's not him.
Janitor was a great guy. I enjoyed him.
He was
hilarious.
His little skit. Thanks for inviting me to your pool, man.
Dr. Cox, though, is still one of my favorites.
Had a lot of he himself as a character had a lot of growth, which was really cool to watch.
Dorian Gray, Bunny Trail again, the one that played him, has a new show coming out too.
Man, we're on number 3. Stop bunny
Was
trail.
that in which Dorian Gray?
Dory, from Scrubs, the white doctor, the main character.
No. Which Dorian Gray
No, his character was
show,
named-
movie, or is that
No,
his name?
That was his name.
Oh, Lord God. Wow.
No.
Somebody didn't read their literature before naming their child.
Was it? I can't remember. But he's going to be a new show. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Donald Faison. He's going to be coming to Legends of Tomorrow playing Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Now, who is Booster Gold?
Booster Gold is a unique DC character from the future that uses events from the past, like the sinking of the Titanic and any other tragic event, and future technology to become a superhero and make himself look better for fame. It's going to be interesting.
So he's a social media influencer from the future.
Best way to say it, yeah.
Hold on. You're like, you see, I'm going to go and prevent the Titanic with my futuristic ability of turn the wheel slightly to left. I've got it. It's like, all right, well, you did it.
Scrum. Oh, wait, I meant right. Okay, do it again.
It's like, one more time.
It was John Dorian, by the way, was the character's
Thank you, yeah. That'll work. Yeah, because I'm like, Dorian Gray, seriously? Yeah. Because
John Dorian, JD.
Dorian Gray was in
and Donald Faison played Turk.
The character appeared in both The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen and then also in Penny Dreadful.
Okay.
Dorian Gray was horrifying.
I love Dorian Gray. I love the original movie, The Portrait of Dorian Gray. I think that was done excellent, where the whole movie's black and white, except the portrait was color.
Oh,
and the more he did bad stuff.
When was this made? Do you remember?
God, this was Angela Lansbury when she was like 20 years old,
so this was
young and hot.
70s. Okay.
Yeah,
I do remember.
You've never seen this?
No, I've not seen that.
You have to see this.
All right.
This is a movie. I watched it, I think, 12, 13 years old the first time I watched it.
No, that wouldn't have been impressionist.
It was a great movie. I can't remember who the main actor was, but for you, I think you would actually like it for that stuff.
Yeah. No, it sounds cool. Yeah. Very good. Very good. Well, that's 3 things.
Yeah, now we're on number 4.
Are we going to do number 4 or are we going to save that for later?
We can.
Because it's a trend.
Might as well do it. Can we do it? We can do it. We can do it.
I mean, we're halfway through here. It's up to you guys. I tell you
I'm excited for this.
You want to say? Well, it's down under trailer. So, hey, but I know what we'll do. We'll tease it. Who's heard about Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear!
Yes. To infinity and beyond. Yes. Well, we're going to be looking at the Lightyear trailer that's coming out, or that is out, and the trailer looks freaking phenomenal. Every hero has a backstory. So we're going to find out Buzz Lightyear's.
What Buzz Lightyear was before he became the toy.
Exactly.
So this is actually voiced by Chris Evans as well.
Before he became a ranger.
Yeah.
This is his intro to being a space ranger.
Yeah.
Which there was a short animated series that was released in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Should know, I had it on VHS.
I remember cheese.
Huh?
Cheese dip.
That is not cheese dip, my friend.
It is?
That is Chick-fil-A sauce.
Oh, okay.
But you know what's good? You know what's good after you eat some Chick-fil-A? Mince.
Only if you like people.
He gave us mints.
I didn't get any mints.
About. I have a mint.
No, my horses love them.
Say, he threw some mints at us. He's like, talk about the mints. You gotta talk about the mints, and he starts throwing them at us.
We have mints. Cool. Well, actually, we don't have mints. They have mints at Chick-fil-A in Palm Harbor.
Mints.
Yes. If you like mints, go get some free mints with your food.
It was.
We are going to have fun with this sponsorship because it's delicious.
You can't see this, but it says mint to be. Huh?
Oh my God, he went
mint
there.
To be. Oh, punny! How punny this is.
Oh, I'm wondering if they're. Oh yeah,
do they all say mint to be?
Probably.
Okay.
Well, it's Valentine's.
Oh, it does say mint to be
on Monday.
Does it have hearts?
No.
Yeah, Valentine's red dots.
Next week, isn't it?
I think it's just mint. To
I don't need my mints from Chick-fil-A getting intimate with me. Thank you very much.
Let's not mince words.
I'm done with puns. I guess we're doing Lightyear later.
I want to get into
Yes. So now we're moving on to something about which I could not possibly care less, except for the damage it does to society.
Oh, that was that's Tank.
Here we are
from Cowboy Bebop.
Video game news.
First up on the news,
Rockstar Games.
Local cat found in tree. No, I'm just kidding. We're off the air.
Cat can stay in the
going
tree.
on the special air. It is. It's Grand Theft Auto time. in a big way.
We haven't talked about Grand Theft Auto in ages.
Well, that's because they keep
We haven't had a
updating-
Grand Theft Auto in
I would say,
ages.
well, the thing is they keep updating 5. They keep updating Los Santos and just making it bigger, better, and moving on. Well, it's time. Rockstar's put out the tweet.
It's official. Grand Theft
It's time
Auto
for the next.
6.
It's time for the next generation to come out, which is cool because it's perfect time with the next gen consoles finally becoming a bit more available now that a bunch of people have already gotten them and the releases are starting to become a lot more smoother to avoid scalpers.
Which is, you say that. I was at Target the other week and they had Xboxes in stock.
Yep, Xbox. I would say Xboxes
I was like,
are
oh, I want
super
this.
easy
But
to
you can't
obtain.
find PlayStation, but you can get
Right.
an Xbox.
Well, the thing is about PlayStation, as me and Rob can both attest to, they're actually the releases are getting a lot smoother. The only company that seems to really be struggling right now with the releases is Walmart.
They're hiding in the back
Best
room.
Buy
People
is
still
doing
shop at
Best,
Walmart? Oh, my God.
Best Buy's doing awesome. The Best Buy's had like good releases for a while now.
Target's
The
online only.
problem with Best Buy's though is you need the Best Buy Plus membership, which costs like $100 a year. Its monthly is like $12, so if you throw in an extra $12, you guarantee your spot in line. It's not a very bad deal.
Yeah.
You can just cancel it right afterwards. If you use stuff like Honey or some kind of other like coupon finder, normally you can get a month free. That's what you can do, kind of just bump yourself to the top of the line, and then cancel your membership before it hits your card.
Don't do that.
Quick tips with Sid. The console's $500.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm gonna save my $12 where I get games are $60 nowadays, and now I gotta buy another controller too because I've got other people who are like, I want to play the game with you, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna hand you the GameCube controller. It doesn't work anymore though because Cage is 21. Now he sits here and goes, I know you just handed me the wrong
I think it's going to
controller.
be awesome if you cancel your membership, and they deactivate your game.
Why? I already
That
bought
would be
it.
awesome.
I already bought it.
Doesn't matter. I still think they should do
It's
it and say,
mine.
oh, no, you're going to wait until everybody else gets it now.
Yeah.
Click, and then they turn it back.
Everybody else gets it with the chip shortage. They're not getting shit.
Exactly. You got to
Which
wait
is
a
like,
year.
we're going to be waiting years for that.
Yeah. So very cool.
They're in line with the GPU fans. So it's going to be cool having a new game rollout with the next gen of consoles. Now they're a bit more stable. Their load speeds are going to make playing a GTA game a ton of fun. I already think it's playing GTA 5 on a PC, on my PC specifically, is a blast. Load screens are not a problem. So being able to give that to the console players, I think, is a very, very good addition.
Yes, Anthony.
I read something today about Grand Theft Auto.
That you cannot play that
That's
because of the
confirmed by
bad
Rockstar
language.
Games?
No. And I'm going to ask you guys to confirm it.
Sure.
Can you kill strippers? Yes.
When Grand Theft Auto first came out, they paid people to write bad reviews in order to create controversy, which sold much more games.
The original Grand Theft Auto wasn't a big hit. That's the thing. The original Grand Theft Auto was the top-down view.
Neither 1 or 2 actually did very well.
Yeah.
It wasn't until San
Grand Theft Auto
Andreas.
3.
Well, whatever it was,
Popped off.
they paid for bad reviews.
That
They
actually
paid
doesn't
people
surprise me.
to go in and say horrible things like, oh my God, this game is terrible. Nobody should play it. It's horrifying. You just get to kill people, blah, 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 and create all this controversy around it, which got it lots of press. And that's what helped them.
While I can't confirm that, it wouldn't surprise me. Rockstar's always lived by the air of fame by any means necessary.
Yeah. Free ink is the best ink.
Yeah, exactly. They were just like, if I can get my name in their mouth, somebody's gonna go see. Well, I want to see what's so bad about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then they get sucked in. It's like, oh, it's a pretty good game. And just like, yeah, it was a really good game. It just didn't do super well on release, which made sense at the time. It wasn't exactly a super popular idea. Like games like Driver and Driver 2 were already relatively popular.
Yeah.
Those were your racing, steal a car game on the PS1.
It wasn't until
It
Grand
was
Theft
fine.
Auto 3 where it actually got
Oh yeah, it
big,
took off.
like,
It looked good.
where you can get out of the car, the music.
Jokes became awesome.
the
You
music
just had
was
to
always
follow
good.
the damn train, CJ. Thank you,
Then
Big
the
Smoke.
whole picking up a hooker, taking her in your car, you just see her car shake. She gets out, beat the crap out of her, get your money back.
Wow.
Well, we know how Mike plays Grand Theft Auto.
Thanks.
Weird in 5, I just went and gambled and opened a casino and did all the fancy things. But I know how Mike spends his time in
So
Grand
let's
Theft Auto.
get off Grand Theft Auto and go for something before another fun game.
Funny you should use the phrase get off when talking about Grand Theft Auto, but let's go.
Especially going into the next topic, Batman.
I'm actually angry in this. I'm actually a little angry about this one.
So Batman Arkham Collection is possibly coming to the Switch.
Okay.
Wow, look at that game on the bottom right. Look how cool it looks. Look how fun it must be to play. I guess PC players can just go die in a hole because we still can't play it.
Really?
Not Grand Theft Auto, huh? Batman Arkham Knight has been broken on PC since its release, and the devs openly said...
When was it released?
This is like 7 years ago. The game's been out.
Ago. And the devs quite literally just said, all right, it sucks to suck. So everyone refunded it.
Okay.
And the
then-
newest Arkham Knight game got pushed back now.
And the thing is they're like, that's not that big of a deal. The devs quite literally said, we're not fixing it. They're like, the game was not designed to go play it on PC, it was designed to play it on console. Sorry.
Yep.
So
Well,
we were
legit
like,
on that.
Okay. They're
you
like,
know,
well,
but-
that kind of sucks.
But don't put it out for sale as if you can play
Exactly.
it.
And that's what a lot of people were saying. Just like,
Cyberpunk.
they're
Well,
like,
then why did you let me buy it?
exactly. They're like, why didn't you just pull it off
Cyberpunk.
of Steam?
Yeah.
Cyberpunk's different, though. The devs fixed it. The
Is
Arkham
it
Knight...
really fixed?
Oh, it's fixed-ish.
Fixed where you can play most of
They're
it?
still working on it, though. The devs on
year
this
later.
one 100% just said, we're not changing the game. It is how it is. There's nothing we're doing to fix this. If you bought it and you don't like it, refund it. So we were kind of like, why put it there then? If you knew it wasn't going to play properly, why even try? And they went,
Well,
So I was like, all right.
c'est la vie. So what's going on with this one?
So
Oh,
it's
it's
possibly
being
coming to the
released for
Switch,
Switch.
which I'm going to jump. Actually, the next one actually kind of tie into it. Nintendo Direct is coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Bum,
yeah,
ba-da-dum,
so
You heard it here.
If you're watching this live,
Yeah, you
then
heard
know.
it here last.
Tomorrow,
Nintendo Direct.
which of course it's blowing up over Twitter. People are
Now,
talking about
now
different
in
things.
case you're not watching this live, tomorrow is the day right after today. Go ahead.
So
Yes.
Nintendo Direct's what, 45-minute conference or so?
Wednesday, February 9th at a certain time that I don't know off the top of my head.
But so Nintendo Direct's coming out tomorrow. There's a lot of rumors on stuff that's coming out. Hopefully we'll get an official answer for Batman. And there's people still wondering if we're going to get Smash
More
another
Smash
season,
characters.
which we're
Though
not.
they said they're not, Nintendo in the
could.
past has just been like, people want it enough, we'll do it. So that's kind of what the fans are hoping, because they want this. It's not necessarily they want this to be the last Smash game. They want this to be the big Smash game, the one that
Which it has
everyone can
been.
just keep coming back to. Which is why they had DLC fighter characters, unlockables. They had a lot to do in the game and a lot for the game to evolve with. But during the last Nintendo Direct, they did announce this would be the last one. There's a lot of people that still want more characters, a lot of characters they could still add. They own a lot of IPs, intellectual properties. They get 100%. I'm still Team Dante and Virgil. I think both of them should be added to the game because Devil May Cry is an underrated game. Yeah, Nintendo Direct's coming. That's kind of all there is for that one, I would think.
I think they're going to mention the first event in the new Pokemon game tomorrow, too, because we've already got a hint of what this new event's going to be. Their first official event,
We'll
which the
lead
game's
right
only
into that.
came out a week ago. And the game's already sold how many copies?
A lot.
Over
It's
6
sold a
million
ton.
copies. The first, not even a week.
Granted, this game's been hyped up for years now. I mean, literal years. That we got little tidbits of Pokemon Arceus, and we're like, whoa, Arceus? You mean the god of Pokemon? And it's just like, yes, the god of Pokemon. And then we're like, and they're naming a whole game after it. It must be awesome.
So, number 16 is the event that we hear is coming. You get this version of
You soon.
This is a tale from a long, long
He's actually
time
pretty
ago.
damn cool.
When the Sinnoh region
This
was
is the
still
trailer.
only a
Pokemon
vast
Arceus.
To
wilderness.
Pokemon Arceus, the first official trailer that they did.
A certain
It
village
was shorter
bustled
than
with
the second
comings and
trailer.
goings of
It's old timey. Instead
So-
of being
While in the
every
mountains
Pokemon game
and
we've gotten has
seas,
been gotten
Pokemon
more and more and more and
roamed
more
as they
futuristic.
pleased.
This
So-
one kind of takes it back.
They went back.
I didn't grow up with Pokemon. I've never
I
been a
did.
fan of Pokemon.
I
The
was.
first Pokemon game I actually spent money on
Was Pokemon
was
Red?
Shiny Diamond, Brilliant Pearl, Shiny Pearl, Brilliant Diamond, the one that came out last year, and I loved it. It was a great game. Still love playing it. Then this game came out, and I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, the graphics aren't the best. Yes, it's similar to Breath of Fire.
If I
Breath of the Wild.
If I rant about this game, we'll run out of time.
Yeah.
You already heard it earlier. Yes, the graphics aren't fantastic in this game.
But you know what?
They
I'd rather
could be
play
better.
a game that's the story's fun, everything's overall fun than the best graphics.
I don't think this game is bad. I don't think this game is good. I think it sits right perfectly in the middle of, well, it's a game. The Pokemon fans who enjoy Pokemon Go are going to love this game a lot because it has a lot of those aspects. People who like collecting, shiny hunting, and grinding like that are going to love this game because that's what it focuses on.
And they added some new elements to this, like the alpha Pokemon.
Right.
So random areas you have these super uber huge Pokemon.
Imagine an Octillery
Hit you.
right?
One hit.
But like, it's what you thought of originally. Like, it's like, oh, it's Octillery supposed to be a tank, and it's like this big, and you're like, that's not a tank. All right, now it's tank sized.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. I do like the idea in Pokemon Arceus though of you have to approach Pokemon differently. For example, because I've always wondered that in the past because there's certain dex entries with Pokemon that made them seem terrifying, but of course we just walk into a bush, we throw our Pokemon, it's like, go fight him, and now we're safe. No, like some of the dex entries, Electivire kills people. Like the evolution of Electabuzz, he just kills people. He takes his two little tendrils, puts either one on them, and just fries them.
So while you're running around in the world, you'll see the random Pokemon. Some are very tame, and they just sit there like the little beaver dude.
Bidoof.
I don't even want to say his name.
A lot of people don't like
I have a
Bucky?
lot of
strong
people don't
hate
like
against
Not
Bidoof.
Bucky.
And what was your first shiny, Mike?
My first shiny was a Bidoof. My first
The
alpha,
gold Bidoof.
guess what my first alpha was?
It's a Barbarrel.
Yes, of course.
So I love irony. I think that's fantastic.
But I just say that the last game I played new on Nintendo was Mario Kart. Okay, there you go.
So Mario Kart 8?
No,
Which
the
one?
original
The first one,
Super Nintendo.
The thing is, I actually, the cool thing is
when it first came out.
we have, oh my God. Well, we're in a Bunny Trail story because I think it's hilarious. Well, they were buying a car one time. We were sitting at some dealership.
Yeah.
Me and Cage, we've got a 5-year age difference.
Cage and I.
I'm like 8. No, I'm probably 10 by this point. He's 5 years old. He had just started playing like Mario with me on my old Super Nintendo. I kept pristine. They had an N64 there. And I was just like, this is where we start. You know, like I'm booted up. It's got Mario Kart on it, and I'm just like, oh, it's time to show him the Wii 8th place and never let him leave. And that's exactly what happened. It took them like 3.5 hours to fill out all that paperwork, and I just proceeded to keep putting him in 8th place every single time. It was fun, but what an introduction to gaming.
And still to this day,
What an introduction.
he kicks Cage's ass in games.
Well, that's just because I'm the older brother. That's kind of my job.
But what I was saying
He's
about
the bigger
Pokemon,
brother.
you'll be walking around. Some are just tame; they don't care. Some will run away from you. Eevee, if you get too close, Eevee just books it and runs.
Yeah, I love it.
So you have to play.
So you need a
carefully.
range weapon for her.
No,
you
you have to go. There's several ways you can go hide in a bush and
What's a
hope
range
you're
weapon?
close enough to throw a ball. If you're not, you can throw fruit out and they'll come eat the fruit. Then you throw the ball. Then there's some Pokemon that just will chase your ass down and beat the crap
Yes,
out of
I've
you.
always loved the idea of Electabuzz delivering me a Sasuke Chidori, just sitting here, just whoosh, 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 lightning in the fist, and I'm like, whoa, who's he throwing that at? Oh, it's me, and then running away, just going, oh God, don't touch me with that.
So a fun thing they also added in the game is if you get beat up too much and you fall over dead, you don't really die, you respawn back, but you drop some of your items. You can't get them back. There's only one way you can get them back. When you look at the map, you'll see a random name, bag. Someone else's name, bag. You go collect those bags and they get turned in and that player gets his stuff back. And you get reward points for
There's
it.
a neat online aspect. Right?
Yeah.
I found your stuff, bud. Don't die again. Thanks.
So I died once and I'm still missing my stuff because nobody's turned it in yet.
That's because,
Yeah.
I want my shit
That
back.
well, you're not getting it back because I haven't played the game in a few days.
But it's a fun game. I've enjoyed it. I can't wait to see if they do any expansions for it, which they probably will, considering how much they've
It's
sold.
doing well, so. And obviously, it's as I said, it's based off the same play style as Pokemon Go, except you don't have to actually walk; your character walks. So we'll probably see events very similar to the Pokemon Go events, where there's certain catch rates will go up, certain spawn rates will go up.
Which they're doing. They have some of that going on now. You have like raids that happen, events where this one area Bidoof is attacking it, so you go there and there's a ton of them over there. And the one I did the other day, I forgot who it was, but I was just catching everything and I got one of the alphas.
Cool. Well,
It's a fun game.
we need to move on to the next
Do we?
segment, but first
Do we?
we are going to mention Chick-fil-A
sponsor.
again because this food was amazing. Okay, and so get yourself over to Palm Harbor Chick-fil-A. And when you go in, tell them Nerd Talk sent you.
No.
Yep, tell them the nerd sent you.
Did you know they had sweet and spicy sriracha sauce?
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't need it though. I had
good.
Chick-fil-A.
All right. So now we have other news. Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
I don't know, Anthony.
I don't know. Somebody's sleeping in the back here.
He didn't write. No, see,
I
I'm
prepped
the only
it.
We had one more. We
Oh,
had
you've
one
got
more.
One
You
thing
got
that
my
isn't on the
writing.
What does that
page.
writing say?
It's only on your page. Well, make it fast because we're like
Take your
almost
time.
out.
No, Apex Season 12 dropped. That's kind of the big news.
What is Apex?
Apex Legends is a battle royale released 3 years ago. Fun fact, it was released on my friend's birthday, so we celebrate the anniversary of this game as well as his birthday on the same day. It's
For the older people at that end of the table, explain a battle royale because he probably doesn't know what you're talking
easy.
about.
100 people get dropped into a ring and you Hunger Games it. Pick shit up, kill people, be the last person standing. Very, very fun concept. Apex Legends base themselves around movement and teamwork. You spawn in groups of 3 or 2 based on...
Like Fortnite.
And you just run amok. New characters, Mad Maggie, war criminal, calls herself a freedom fighter, but... man, there's some controversy
She's
there.
fighting
that
for
we
her
love.
own freedom.
Yeah, basically. So, she's here, lore-wise, she's here because she finally got caught. And the punishment is you get to serve in the games. Now, granted, normally to get into the games, you have to do something of like a great triumph. You have to impress the game master. But in this specific case, she doesn't. They just figure, it'll be fun to torture you and let you die over and over and over and over and over again. Because in lore, she doesn't have the same respawn system as everybody else does. If another character dies, their banner gets collected and they can come back. She doesn't have that. So she just kind of corpseifies. Mad Maggie looks cool enough, though, as far as balance-wise. I'm a little worried. She's got some pretty nutso stuff going on. Proficiency with shotguns, meaning that she runs at full speed with shotguns, even with the weapon out. It's kind of neat. Basically, a thermite grenade that goes through walls. That'll be fun. Goodbye, Gibraltar mains. I hope you guys aren't too upset. And then an ultimate that makes Watson's laugh because Watson can deny yet another ultimate. She throws down a ball.
Holmes and Watson?
No, Watson, she's electrical. But that's that. Her name is not a pun to that one, actually. It is just because she's an electrical engineer.
So
You know
it's
what movie's good to watch while you're
It's
eating Chick-fil-A?
Watson. Yeah, and
Okay.
people love her because she makes puns all the time about electrically
Well, her
charged.
name is a pun, so there you go.
Yeah, well, she's all puns. That she picked her
Yeah.
nickname. So, needless to
All
say,
pun, all the time.
Maggie looks fun. Season 12 looks fun. I'm a little sad that one of my favorite maps is going to be removed for this
I just
season.
saw Snake Plissken in there. I'm totally okay with this.
Oh yeah, no. There's a ton of different, what's the
There
word?
he is.
Little cameos and stuff like that.
Cool.
That the characters are
There.
based off of.
Because if that's not Snake Plissken, I don't know who is. Okay,
Yeah.
right
Oh,
there.
look,
boom.
there's the
That is
bomb
so
she
Kirk
throws.
Douglas. So, go
I love
team.
it. He's an Australian who focuses around explosives, and I love him to pieces. He's absolutely
Yeah.
hilarious.
All right. Well,
So-
that looks like fun.
Oh, Apex is a ton of fun. If you're looking for new battle royale to play, I definitely suggest picking it up. If you are someone who already enjoys shooters, it's definitely worth a try. The characters have grown a lot since we've.
Do
since
you
we
need a
first
super
started.
strong PC to play this?
Not really. In all actuality, if you kind of drop your frame rate down a little bit, if you can run what consoles can run, then you'll be fine. Because this game is available on Switch and even has a mobile version coming out. In which there is crossplay amongst all of them, except for the mobile guys. Mobile guys are only going to play with mobile guys for a little while. But Switch, PlayStation, Xbox, and
No, isn't
PC all can play
This is a
together.
free game, though. You just
Yeah.
pay for
Oh,
the
yeah.
seasons. Because I
Oh,
downloaded
wow.
it for
No,
the
you
PC
don't.
and played
You
it.
don't pay for the seasons. That's the great thing.
Oh.
The game is 100% free.
So it's not like Fortnite where you got to pay for each season.
I say if you want the season's battle pass, it's $10.
Okay.
The cool thing about the battle pass though is once you pay for it, you earn enough currency by the time you get to level 100 and max the pass out. You actually earn enough currency to buy the next season's battle pass, meaning you don't have to spend a dime on this game.
So basically,
except for your
buy the
original
first
$10.
one, then you're good. Once you keep playing.
I would say I personally have used those same $10 to buy every season's battle. Have I bought extra stuff? Yes. But the same $10 has proceeded to buy me every single battle pass since then. So $10, 12 seasons, 3 years of content, and I'm at like 700, 800 hours on Steam alone, let alone before it moved from Origin.
A lot of times I go down there, if he wasn't playing WoW, he's playing this.
Apex is a lot of fun. I love movement. Movement makes games so much more fun. No one likes clunky movement. This game made by the same guys who made Titanfall, so very fluid, very fun, very fast. And I don't like slow things, so we have a blast. I don't know how to transition to the next one from Apex because put on our news reporter thing.
Now, this is interesting because oil field worker in Alberta, Canada, captures Bigfoot sighting on his dash cam.
God, y'all gotta leave me alone when I'm walking
you gotta
through the
go
woods.
all the way, like zip forward. There it is. Thank you.
I was
for
on
cutting it back.
vacation, okay?
He pans by, and there's a dark shape in the tree. And honest to God, that is so nothing but a tree stump back there. I'm sorry, dude. Okay, that is not. It's not moving. It's dead still. It has nothing going on. There is not a dark figure
I was
standing
pooping
there
in the
at
woods,
all.
okay? They got me.
Listen, I told you, when we go camping, do not walk towards the road to take a
I
leak.
couldn't help
walk
it.
away from the road to take a leak. It's not that hard, honestly.
There you have it.
I keep telling these people, and they're
I
just
wanted
like,
to
"No,
write
we'll
my
be
name in the
fine."
snow.
So what the hell were you doing up in Alberta?
I love
We were
winter camping.
And secondly, if you're going to write your name in the snow, you better have a damn short name out in those woods.
It'll freeze off. It is cold.
Yeah, there's that too. So, no, I'm calling absolute BS on that. That's
I
like,
didn't see anything.
somebody saw a tree stump. Okay, yeah, that's all we got there. However, the next thing is really cool. This is a piece of technology that is 600 years old, that received a massive upgrade.
This was
and
seen
that
on,
is why it works.
It was shown on Tech Shamans on Monday, and
Yep.
I was kind of bummed because I was the one switching the show, and I couldn't chime in. This device is super cool.
Yep. They used the screw design from a Da Vinci drawing of an airship that he designed, a helicopter basically, and using the screws and making them twice as deep as Da Vinci did, and then spinning them probably 300 or 400 times faster than Da Vinci planned.
It's like 600 RPM, so of course it took off.
So they were able to make it work, but they used actual air
Pretty bloody
screws,
cool.
like Da Vinci designed, in order to make an airship fly.
At the same time, though,
That is pretty cool.
I was at the same time, to give them a little bit, to give Da Vinci's device a little bit more credit, those had to be modified in order to carry the battery, the drone. So there's a lot more weight that was had to be compensated for.
Well, but it also wasn't
in that
carrying a
sense.
human being who was supposed to be running the gear that made the screw
Well, it
turn
didn't work
at
well.
3,000 RPM.
It's they're really cool to drop and watch them kind of. I don't know, did you ever make them as a kid?
Yeah,
growing up?
we made those. We also, I mean, you're also talking about the maple tree seeds. That the little
no, those are
helicopters,
the
you
little
throw those like,
helicopters. No,
yeah, it's kind
those
of the
two.
same thing, but backwards.
No, we made
Yeah.
when I was studying engineering, it was one of the very early things we had learned. We'd make those spirals,
Yeah.
and you drop them when they, if you have a heat source underneath them, and they don't get too close, they'll actually go back up a bit.
Yeah,
It's a
okay,
neat,
yeah,
neat little spring.
updraft.
I was like, yeah, it was just something super cool to introduce us into thermal dynamics as well as aerodynamics and how they kind of mesh really, really well, but also based on the material do not mesh very, very well.
So what goes up must come down.
Yeah, so there you go. That's a pretty cool little invention there.
Ooh, that's a good
Guys,
transition.
we have
Yes.
time for
What goes up
one-
must come down.
Yeah, okay. We have time for one trailer, or we can talk about that.
I think we should talk about that.
Okay.
I don't need to play another Pokemon trailer.
No, but
And we already played the oil field. I don't know.
yeah, but we didn't do Lightyear.
It's okay.
Next week.
Okay.
NASA.
Well, here's the thing. NASA. Okay.
This, all right, I want to talk about, because this is the first time I put space in the chat.
Rock and roll party, dude.
The International Space Station, NASA's like, okay, by 2031, we're going to crash it into Earth, into the ocean.
They think it's going to go in the ocean.
Well, we're aiming for the ocean.
That's what they're
Yeah. I mean, they only have
it can land on
3 out of 4 shot of hitting it.
or any other hostile country.
It's really cool. Well, that's the thing. This is the International Space Station. This is something that every like all the countries of the space station, or what? Not a space station. Every country with a space program has worked together to build up this device.
Right.
So it's really, really, really cool that that we're aiming this for somewhere that's going to fall in a neutral area.
And it's going to fall in a place that other rockets have landed, well, crashed, whatever you want to call it, before in the ocean.
So, yeah,
it's far enough
it's a spaceship
out where
graveyard.
It's not going to hurt anything.
But here's my point. Why? Why not use it as a foundation for building more and more and more?
God,
use
I'm
it as
so
a central hub.
I'm so
Armageddon.
glad you brought that up.
Why?
It's going to blow up one day.
Gravity does not allow for that. As you move around the planet, you will either start to move in slowly or move out slowly.
Right, which is why you put thrusters on it in order to hold it out.
How do you refuel in space?
Easily. You bring a boatload of fuel back up.
How do you bring
a giant bomb. Take it off.
Who's going to get out there and start? Give me... No, I want...
Call Bruce Willis.
$3 million on pump 2. On pump 2.
Your credit card's not clearing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sitting here, swipe, please see cashier. They won't let me in.
So, okay, couple things. Number one, thrusters don't have to run rocket fuel.
Right, but
they can run on water.
They've already begun to try and go through those, and it's going to be easier to just land it, build a new one, and send it up.
And as far as I'm concerned, this space station has such history behind it, and it is so important to the program. If there's any way to use it as a jumping off point, okay, to put new thrusters on it and boost it back up again so it stays where it belongs,
actually,
I have no problem with that.
I actually almost wish that it would land first, like come back successfully, so that people on Earth can see it.
Right. I mean,
that would be such a
monument. It's going to burn up.
It's going to land into the ocean. It's going
to burn up. It's going to be a mess. There's going to be very little that hits the ocean other than slag. What's that?
That's how we're going to get fuel.
See?
Rob's idea. So me and Rob have actually been talking about this since this was announced last week, and we've been making jokes about it.
No, the Cybertruck.
We'll just drive.
You launch 2 Cybertrucks up, and they got a hell of a tow capacity.
Listen,
all they do is pull it back up where it needs to go.
Elon's got a problem. The same scientist who decided, this is going to start crash landing, also just told him, hey, by the way, one of your satellites is going to the moon. He went, oh shit. All right, I'll take care of that. You guys take care of the space station. We'll meet back here in 10.
And on that note, we want to say thank you again to Chick-fil-A Palm Harbor.
Thank you, Palm Harbor, for and the cow is going to go out. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching us this evening, and we will see you next Tuesday
next week
on Nerd Talk.
See you on, guys.